Welcome, one and all, to the latest episode of Signals from Mars. I'm your host, Victor, and this is technically the recording of episode 436 of Signals from Mars. It is 136 episodes in after the name change for the show. I want to welcome Edgar Winterson, who is in the chat. And today's episode is going to be Vinyl Haul. It is late 2025 Vinyl Haul. So it's everything from October up until Christmas, which is where I left you guys off with the vinyl that I had acquired. We'll see how long this goes. And hopefully, some more people will be joining us in the chat. And I'll be fielding questions and whatnot. That's my idea anyway. So we'll just wing it. We'll see how this all plays out, how it all goes. But yeah. Always fun to discuss vinyl, to chat about vinyl, to show vinyl off. And it is always great to see people interact. Yeah, I'm fumbling through some things here. We'll supposed to get started anyway. Just trying to see if anyone RSVP'd for tonight, or if it's just me and Edgar. Yeah, that may be the case. All right, cool. Anyway, we shall make do. So, as promised, first vinyl was released on September 4th, 1990, recorded in Vancouver Studios in Vancouver, Canada, Triad Studios in Redmond, Washington. That's tracks 6, 12 through 14. This is funny. It is considered pop metal and progressive metal in Wikipedia. Album tracks in at a little over 63 minutes. Label is EMI USA. And recorded by, or produced by, Peter Collins, I should say. Tony Espin, how are you, sir? Hope you are doing well. Hope it is warmer in Barcelona than it is here. So, anyway, so without further ado, the first album, it is something that I've been after for years. It is Empire by Queensryche. All right. So let's see. I just opened this today, even though I got a bunch of vinyl for my birthday, which is in late October, and I honestly have not opened it until today. So, all right, they're building empires. That is right. So this is what the jacket looks like, and the vinyl, which I was expecting to be black, is transparent, folks. I don't know if you could appreciate that. Yeah, you could see like the background through it. So that is one vinyl. Let me get it to go back in. East side meets west side downtown. Right, Edgar? All right. So there we go. So the one side is just the Empire logo. I'm going upside down, folks. And then if I flip it, it gives you the side, or the it gives you what's on both sides there on the insert. Man, as much as I love vinyl, I'm not a vinyl geek like people. I don't know all the terms, so if I mess up the terminology, I am sorry. I love the music. So anyway, so this is the gatefold. So we've got the lyrics here, right here. We've got a picture of the original band there, all with hair. We've got man, so I guess that's where am I going? All right, so that's Whip. Um, that is Scott Rockenfeld. That is Krista Garmo. I gotta be careful there. Jeff Tate and Eddie Jackson. So there you go. Game point. Nobody wins. Thank you, Edgar. Is there anything on the inside? Oh, yes, there is. What is this? This is a download. I've got one around here for what? Metallica's Load from the last show. Got to find that. But anyway, yeah. It's not as if oh no, that's not a download. That's just a subscribe to a newsletter. All right. So yeah, let me put this aside without knocking a bunch of shit over. All right. Next album. Got this for Christmas. I'm jumping around a little bit here. And I forgot to mention with Empire. Wait, before jumping on to the next thing. So the singles are Empire, released in October of 1990, Lucidity, 1991, Best I Can, June 91, and Jet City Woman is August 1991. So see that the album was cooking. So that's why the two singles were released fairly close to one another there from June to August. One you had, what, October to March? That's like 6 months. So that was going strong. And then Silent Lucidity went on strong there as well. And it's funny because Best I Can is a really good song, but Jet City Woman is the one that gets played all the time on a radio. So other cool songs that are on here. The Thin Line, I think, is great. Another Rainy Night Without You is cool. That was a video as well. Resistance is a cool song. Hand on Heart, One and Only. And Anybody Listening was a single as well. I don't know why those aren't listed because they made videos for those songs. And looks like there was a bonus disc with the 20th anniversary. And on the, that's got a live. Okay. Actually, there's a 2003. All right, I got it. So there's the CD reissue had 3 bonus tracks. Last Time in Paris, which was on the Ford Fairlane soundtrack, Scarsborough Fair, and Dirty Little Secret. Last Time in Paris is a song that I've played a lot over the years. Yeah, is there anybody listening? I ask that all the time there, Edgar. All right, so moving on to the next album. So I literally paid €2.48 for this, which is less than $5. Brand new. This is the reissue from a few years back. It's one of my all-time favorite albums. I had this on vinyl, but it's kind of scratchy. It was a radio station copy from a place where I used to work at. They didn't want it. I was more than happy to make it part of my collection. Anyway, it is Iron Maiden's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. See, the difference between Empire and this is that it was a matte finish, so we don't get the ring light shining on it. This is great. I mean, they should have made a gatefold out of this. There are posters, and actually right behind me, there's a damn poster. Ooh. Right there. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. So let me get this opened up here. Here. Is there anything in here? No, there is not. 'Tis not. 'Tis only a flesh wound. All right. Eddie there from the clairvoyant. What would end up being used as the clairvoyant and the evil that men do here. So it all kind of tells a story. All right. On the back, some mullets and some lyrics that have become a huge part of the soundtrack of my life. This is definitely 150 grams here. So you have the track listing, and on the back, you have that evil that men do graphic in the middle there. So cool. Sorry about the ring light, folks. It's the best that I can do there. All right. So, what are the deets on Seven Son of a Seven Son? For example, there is.
And the moral of this story is this is what not to do if your bird shits on you.
No, that's Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
So see on the little fingers, come on.
That's Paul Diano.
Frankly, Seaman Staines, I don't give a damn.
And that's from Tattooed Millionaire. Anyway, Seven Son of a Seven Son, released the 11th of April, 1988, recorded between February and March 1988 at Musicland Studio in Munich, Germany. Heavy metal, progressive metal. All right, 43 minutes, 51 seconds. So this album, what gave me a sense of wonder. To wonder if I'm free, damn it. The prophet shaved off his. I won't say that, but I'll put it on screen. All right, so this album goes by quick. It's 43:51, and there are songs that are long as hell on here. The title track, The Prophecy. They're both very long. So that's what she said. Anyway, so the album it came out on EMI as well, produced by Martin Birch. Sandwiched in between somewhere in time, the first 10 years. Yeah, I guess. First 10 years is honestly, those are all the singles that they released. The 12-inch, which I've shown in the past. I've got behind me, it's the Women in Uniform and Sanctuary, I believe. I could be wrong, but anyway, I've got in the next room, I've got all the CDs for that. Picked that up years ago on eBay. But yeah, the next studio album was No Prayer for the Dying. And it's funny because, and this goes to show how things work, I loved No Prayer for the Dying when it came out. I loved Fear of the Dark when they came out. And they're both albums that I rarely go to now. And if I listen to them, it's select tracks. And even those select tracks make me say, you know what? Not as good as the first few. And I'm not a purist because I think Brave New World is one of their greatest albums. And I think every album, for the most part, has at least a song or two which is decent. All right. Next up, something that came out this year, and this is a special edition. And you might ask yourself, why such a big suit? This is green normally. So I got a limited edition purple. This is Private Music by Deftones. So even if let's see if I can share screen for a second here. Here we go. See, so there is the green cover. Yeah, that didn't do much. So that's what the normal cover looks like. All right, so let's get back here. So does purple. It is not black vinyl. I saw this, and there's a local record shop that I order most of my stuff from. Hey, look at that. The insert is green. So actually, this is the back cover. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this album as much as I have. All right, so this is pretty cool. So this is like a giant CD booklet, folks. So we've got pictures of these lyrics. Yes, they are. Those lyrics. Some more lyrics and cool pictures. Some more cool pictures. The back cover of that. So it's like a giant CD booklet, but it's a cool idea. So this is what the jacket looks like. And this is what the vinyl looks like. Boom. It's like white marble. Is that appreciated on the camera? Yeah, it looks like it. So cool. Deftones is a band that obviously I have a Deftones playlist. When they're on, they're excellent. They're amazing. I've seen them in concert, and to me, it's one of the best shows that I've seen, even if it was in the middle of the day in the heat in Madrid at Sonosphere years ago. They were great. I'd recommend seeing them, especially if you're into their music. So what are the deets on this album? Released August 22nd, 2025. Studios. So it was recorded at American in North Hollywood, Dead Aunt Thelma's in Portland, East West in Hollywood, Rock Falcon in Nashville, Sienna in Nashville. Genre, alternative metal shoegaze. I can see the alternative metal shoegaze, I guess. 42 minutes, 22 seconds from Reprise Warner. Producer, Nick Raskolinich. Nick Raskolinitz. I can't pronounce his name today. Raskolinix. There you go. Okay. Wonder how it's pronounced in Polish. I believe it's a Polish last name. So singles are My Mind is a Mountain, which came out in July 10th, 2025, and Milk of Madonna, August 8th, 2025. All lyrics by Chino Moreno. All music composed by Deftones, Abe Cunningham, Moreno, Frank Delgado, Fred Sablan, and Stephen Carpenter. Let's see, all songs are stylized in all lowercase except track 6, which is stylized as C, lowercase c, capital X, lowercase z. Metal Dreams stylized as I don't know what that symbol is called in English. But cool. You guys will have to see. Well, actually, if you've checked out the episode that I've done with Mark Striegel on Talking Metal, it was either Talking Metal or his Patreon, where I talk about some of the albums that I enjoyed this year. And this is one of the albums that I talked about. So hope I didn't spoiler for you. All right. So let's take a trip back. The next album. I was after this. I was looking to purchase it in the US and I just could not get the right price. Either that or I couldn't find it or it cost way too much. So this album came out February 17th, 1984. So next month, this album will be what? 42 years old. Am I doing the math correctly there? Yeah, I believe so. Wait. Yes, I'm actually doing the math. 42 years. I was correct. Oh, where am I? Where do I need to be? 42 years. I got it right. Simple math for simple folks. All right. Recorded at Village Recorder Los Angeles and Sound City Los Angeles. Genre heavy metal, glam metal. Length 36 minutes 41 seconds on Atlantic. Produced by Beau Hill. It is Out of the Cellar. You can see it how it's changing colors from the yellow smoke to the blue smoke. See that? All right, so this is the 40th anniversary, which came out 2 years ago. It also includes a lentacular cover on red and black splatter vinyl, plus neon orange 7-inch vinyl with the uncensored, unreleased track, not uncensored, Reach for the Sky from the 1983 Out of the Cellar sessions. All right, so let's take a look at all of this stuff. So, lenticular cover, back cover. This was made in the Czech Republic. So is my car. Rat Out of the Cellar. Nothing on the back, nothing up my sleeve. Oh, this is cool. Wow. This is really nice. 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 So it looks really red. I put it down. Yeah, I guess it does. But holding it up to the light here, seeing through it, it looks like a magenta color. All right, cool. Cool. Uh-oh. Edgar is trying to speak Spanish. Are you messing with me, Edgar? Do you know Spanish? All right. So the Reach for the Sky single, which also comes in there. So this was written by Stephen Pearcy, Robin Crosby, and Mark Torian, best known for Bullet Boys, obviously. All right, so we take this out. So it is really 7-inch. Yeah, this is really neon orange. So this is a new color to my collection in vinyl. So it's Reach for the Sky on both sides. Reach for the Sky was also the name of an album that they released a few years later. An album that outside of the song Chain Reaction, I'm not really a fan of. I never liked the song I Want a Woman. I never liked the song Way Cool Jr., which I think is on that as well. When did Reach for the Sky come out? Yeah, 88. All right. And Way Cool Jr. and I Want a Woman were the two singles. This was them being just way too commercial for me. This was them becoming like copying what other bands were doing, in my opinion. They didn't need to do that. I thought their first two albums were great. I know the third one didn't chart as high as they would have wanted it to. But yeah, so let's see the deets here. So the singles are Round and Round, February 84. Back for More, just says 84. Wanted Man, September 84. Lack of Communication, November of 84. Such a monster album, man. What else is on here? What else is on here that I listened to a lot? The Morning After. I love that song. So it's just amazing. So that's Tony Katane on the cover. Wow. So she was the girlfriend of Robin Crosby at the time. So let's see. Wanted Man. Why is it that outside of Lack of Communication, all the best songs were written by Robin Crosby? Robin Crosby co-wrote out of the 10 songs. There's just one. Two songs, three songs he didn't co-write. So he co-wrote 7 songs off of this. That goes to show what a monster player he was and what a big deal he was to this band, because they've obviously never been the same since. I really love Infestation. I think it's great. It sounds great. But I mean, it's missing something. It's missing Robin. I will say that Steven's last 2 solo albums are great. And Eric Ferentinos does a great job of doing that whole Robin Crosby style playing. I mean, the song 10 Miles Wide to me is the best song, the best Rat song that Rat never recorded. I can listen to that song over and over. I absolutely love that song. So, up next, well, it's the next Rat album, Invasion of Your Privacy. Probably the only 2 that I'll ever own on vinyl, because I love both of these. So these are recorded. This was released on May 30th, 1985. Recorded in 85. Was recorded at Rumbo Studios in Los Angeles, which is where Appetite for Destruction was later recorded as well. And Atlantic in New York. Genre is heavy metal and glam metal. Length is 36 minutes, 2 seconds. Out on Atlantic. Produced by Beau Hill once again. Singles, Lay It Down, June 1985. You're in Love, September 85. What You Give Is What You Get was released in Japan on January 25th, 1986. So this went 2 times platinum, so it sold 2 million copies. The first time, Loudwire ranked it the 8th best metal album of 1985. There you go. The first time that I ever got to listen to this was because it was at my public library. So I took it out of the library and I recorded it on cassette. That's what we did back then, folks. We didn't have streaming, but we would record stuff on cassette. Listen, I was what, 85? How old was I? 12 years old when this came out. So there certainly wasn't a cash flow. And whatever money I had, I was probably spending it at 12 comic books, some toys still, I'm not going to lie to you, but definitely music. So, front cover, that is Marianne Gravate. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. She's also in the Lay It Down video. So this is the band. This is interesting because Robin King Crosby with a King V, which so many people that frowned upon Rat and stuff that they play have since played King V's. So yeah, you've got people in Slayer, people in Megadeth, so on and so forth. But anyway, all right. So let's look at the inside. Let's look at the guts. So this isn't really much better than Out of the Cellar. So we're getting just the Rat logo, just some info on production, who he belongs to, some of the management stuff, endorsements, concert bookings, band security, members of the crew, fan club, and merch. Wow, I wonder if we write to that, if people will still respond. All right, so let's look at the vinyl itself. And if you guys are listening to the audio version, obviously this is an episode where you want to check out the video. The vinyl is not coming out. It's stuck there. This happened to me with the Megadeth P cells. Static is keeping it from coming out. There we go. Help loosen it. Wow, this is cool. I don't have any vinyl like this. So that is really neat. All right. Nothing else in there. Cool. So the last vinyl that I'm going to be showing off here. Someone else told me today that they picked this up on vinyl after a recent interview that I did with Wolftooth. That is episode at this point. This is 436 when it comes out on audio. So let's see. 433 was Wolftooth, I believe. Okay. So Wolftooth's Wizard's Light on Ripple. Heavy, Freaky, Fuzzy. Wolftooth might just be the best pure-blooded heavy metal band in the world right now. Louder Magazine. This album is really good. So it's got everything. And it's funny because the PR information says that they're, a doom band, a stoner band. The band flat out told us we're a heavy metal band. All right. So this shipped to me from Lithuania. Took about 10 days to get to me. So it is like a gold, I guess you would say this is. So about the same insert on both sides. You got side A, side B. This is Ripple Music. So what about this album? It was released in November 21st, 2025. 300 copies were made, so I got one of 300. Mike Jones, who's a patron, also got another one. All right, so there is an insert with the band and some lyrics. Cool. Cool. All right. So that's the back cover there. This is awesome. Definitely an album worth checking out. So 2 albums from 2025. Both the the Deftones and the Wolf Tooth. And then you've got the 2 Rat albums, the Iron Maiden and Queensryche. So well-rounded. Folks, I listen to all types of music. And this just goes to show. Don't care the genre, so as long as it's good, so long as it speaks to me, so long as it says something to me, it's all that matters, quite frankly. And if you don't get it, that's fine. I like what I like, and you like what you like. That's cool too. I got no problem with that, folks. Yeah. So, Tony, you're still there? Edgar, you still there? Haven't heard either one of you in a second. So, what we're going to be doing for the balance of the month, we've got the December albums that we're going to talk about. We will be doing the 2025 albums as well, favorites. If you want to vote on that, send me your 10 favorite albums from 2025 to Signals from Mars at signalsfrommars.com. Your favorite hard rock and metal albums, anyway. And I've also got an interview coming up next week with Nathan Sad from the band Struck a Nerve. He's also in the band Shrapnel, a band that I've found out about thanks to Ed Ferguson and Jeremy Weltman when doing the recent October-November albums review. That's why that's so important for us to do that and talk about new music, because you get turned on to things as they come out. And it helps keep this genre alive. So, I've also got some feelers out for some more interviews. Got my VMR podcast, Victor M. Ruiz podcast on Patreon. Talk about my recent medical struggles there, a little accident that I had, and recovering little by little, at least between my toes and the bottom of my shin are no longer purple. How about that? Anyway, go to signalsfrommars.com for anything regarding the show. You'll see replays of previous episodes, both the audio and video versions. Due to my accident, I was playing catch up with the audio version of the show, but everything is caught up at the moment. So you'll find all of the episodes that we've released on video. You'll find them on the audio format as well. You can subscribe to all your to the show. I'm stumbling here, fumbling over words. You can subscribe to the show on all your favorite podcasting platforms. If you go to signalsfrommars.com and actually let me do it with you. I used to do this all the time when I started doing the live show, and I stopped doing it. So let me share the screen for you folks. Here we go. Here we go. Tony, you're still there. Cool. Awesome. All right, so here we go. Signals from Mars website. All the current video versions here. I've got the latest episode here, and then I've got it broken down between interviews. Or, well, these are the latest episodes. That's what it is. There's an episode missing from there. 2025 recap is not in there. Should be. It's possible that I didn't label it as a podcast. So I need to fix that anyway. So latest interviews, latest music discussions, and latest monthly album reviews. If you want to subscribe to the show, just go to follow, go to podcast. Load, please. There we go. All right. So we've got all your favorite podcasting places. We can subscribe. You've also got value for value podcasting, if that's your thing. Places where you can watch the live stream live or replay. And then all the social media sites. There's some of these that I no longer use, so I got to update that. Yeah, so if you so choose, you can subscribe there. There are different ways to support the site. The Patreon, where you can appear later this month for the 2025 show. And then there's merch, which I'm possibly switching up my merch store. And there are options to have me edit your podcasts, or if you want to sponsor an episode. But anyway, that's that. So if you ever want to keep up with the show, haven't checked out an episode recently and want to find out what the latest episode is all about, you can find it there, signalsfrommars.com. And then you can go to the various spots, share the episodes, like the episodes, subscribe to the show on YouTube. Starting to get a slowly but surely a decent following. The shorts have meant a lot. If you're following the shorts, if you're watching them, thank you, because that's definitely helping things out. As of this week, I've got 275,000 views of shorts on YouTube. There are things that I'm posting on Instagram and TikTok as well as YouTube. Being that it was the 3rd anniversary of Bob Nalbandian's passing, I've taken the only episode that I believe I have on video that I recorded with him. I have to dig into some of my video files. I may have some other videos with Bob somewhere else. I need to check that out. But because it's the 3rd anniversary of his passing, which has gone by way too fast, I wanted to honor him. And so I've created shorts out of an episode that we did back in 2021. Also, I've done that with some John Bush, with a John Bush interview. I just want to see how that performs, because I've got a bunch of older episodes where the long form is there, but the shorts are definitely helping draw people in. So why not? I've got the content. If it helps draw people to the podcast, so be it. And I'm changing and updating things as things go on. So even if there are certain things that I'm using now that aren't working, maybe in the future there will be something else. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Tony Espin, Edgar Winterson, also anyone else that watches the show, the replay, or listens to the audio version, thank you as well. Thank you for sharing the episodes, liking them, so on and so forth. On that note, I'll see you next time right here on Signals from Mars. See you, folks.
Thank you for watching the Signals from Mars live stream. You can watch the show live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, or check out replays on YouTube. Go to signalsfrommars.com for more information. This concludes our show.